the track. It's the Steeplechase final. 12 athletes on the line. That's an outside steeplechase water pit here, so they start near the start finish. Courtney Freerichs of New Mexico has the collegiate and meet record set 3 years ago, and Allie Ostrander, the twice defending champion from Boise State. She has the best time in the country, and Jill, she's never lost a steeple.
Ever. How about that? And she's only been running it since March of 2017. She burst onto the scene as a freshman, and this is the third year that she has qualified in the steeplechase, and then she's going to come back later and run the 5,000. We have seen this almost every single distance race. There's a lot of anticipation going on down there. Your nerves are a little scary. You've just got to make sure your toe is behind that line and you stay still.
BYU's Erica Burke from BYU, and just before her, it was Adva Cohen from New Mexico and Israel. She has international experience, having run meets in Europe, so that's a huge advantage coming back to the collegiate ranks. 12 finalists. They cut the field in half that came here from the 2 regionals. And again, the water jump is on the outside of the track, so they will go over it the very first lap.
If there's any race or event in these championships that I would want to be in right now, it would be the steeplechase, because that water in this 98-degree heat has to feel like heaven.
And watch the different techniques of how these athletes take that water jump, and the barriers as well. When the pace goes out slow, it's a bigger problem in the steeplechase, because the bunching up of these athletes is extra problematic, because you've got to have room to run and room to navigate these barriers. Okay, first time for the water jump. Let's take a look at the different ways they take to navigate this. Several very good technicians there.
That water jump is 12 feet long by 12 feet wide, and it narrows down from the flat of the track back to the barrier 8 feet, and then at the deepest it's 2.5 feet right below that barrier. So there's 7 water jumps. These women will have to go over these barriers 28 times, and not like a regular hurdle race. These are like railroad ties. So if you hit them, you're going down, as we saw in the men's steeplechase last night. There was a couple of wrecks.
So let's go down to the third member of our broadcast team, braving the elements in the heat down on the infield. Lara Overton, over to you.
Talking exactly about those elements, Dwight, it's about 25 degrees hotter than it was 2 days ago for much of these preliminary races. Not only is it 98 degrees air temperature, I laid this thermometer down on the track for about 10 minutes. The track surface temperature above 115, at least as best as I can gauge from my novice meteorology skills down here. So I asked USC's Carol Smith Gilbert about what they did to prepare for this. She said they shifted their schedule for practices as late in the day to coincide with the heat as best they could. Arkansas coach Lance Harder said that he has had his athletes on a steady diet of Pedialyte for the 48 hours between the prelims and the finals, but everyone agrees that when it comes to this point, it is all mental. You wipe that physical preparation out of it, and now everybody is battling the exact same conditions, so no excuses in a national championship meet, Dwight and Jill.
Here's the thing about the weather. A lot of these athletes will be competing on the international stage for their respective countries, either for the World Championships or in some sort of Diamond League event later. When you go to Doha, Qatar, it is the surface of the sun there. It is very hot everywhere internationally, so they need to get used to doing this. Everybody runs in heat. This entire track season, the NCAA, everybody ran in wind, cold, rain, hail. It's going to be the same for everybody. So what it does is it teaches you how to have all of those different elements. You've got to be able to run it in all.
Charlotte Prowse of New Mexico currently in the lead. We see Allie Ostrander, the twice defending champion, back in 5th. That 800 a little bit later in the program. We're coming a little less than 2.5 laps remaining. And it is Val Constein of Colorado right there in the front, along with, or Steelman is in the front. Now Hannah Steelman of Wofford, almost Charlotte Prowse is right there. And now Allie Ostrander has moved wide into lane 2, but equal with the leaders.
Hannah Steelman.
2 laps remaining.
Hannah Steelman of Wofford ran a very smart prelim. She had a lifetime best in 9:49.51 in that prelim, and she was in the lead with 200 meters left and then just easily qualified.
Allie Ostrander now in the lead, and this is where she starts to really hammer it. Sunday night baseball with one of the top rivalries in baseball. The Cardinals and Cubs play their series finale at the friendly confines. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. Well, we've seen Allie Ostrander do this a whole bunch of times.
She really has, but also keep your eye on that chase pack. Dropping back into third is Adva Cohen from New Mexico. She does have a very, very, very quick close, so she could just be biding her time. Now, what you want to do right now, you are tired. You have one lap to go. You are extremely tired. You've got to attack these barriers. You don't want to spend any time up in the air. You want to make sure you carry speed into them and then go over them as quickly as possible. So you don't want to go backwards. You want to go forwards and be aggressive.
So Allie Ostrander, who will be running the 5,000 meters later, would love to win her third title with as little effort as possible. As we come to the bell, she has about a 12-meter lead.
Erica Burke from BYU also ran a very smart prelim. She had her son Jack back in December of 2017, and there's been a lot of women on the track circuit. After they have a child, they come back and they run the best times of their lives.
So Burke is probably 15 meters back of Ostrander, then Adva Cohen.
And if you look at the stride pattern of Burke and then the rest of the chase pack that is led by Cohen, there's not a lot of turnover happening except for Steelman of Wofford. And Allie Ostrander right here is where she is starting to pick up her pace in this very last water jump.
Just has 2 obstacles remaining and a 20-meter plus lead. Last time over the water jump for the Boise State Junior.
And clean.
And there is Burke, and she trips. Those last few barriers, they grow in size dramatically when you get this tired and you're this far into the race. Last barrier for Ostrander, she's over clean, and she keeps her undefeated streak alive, her third NCAA outdoor title, and she's about to set a stadium record in the event. 9:37.74. That's the fastest time she's run this year. So and a personal best for Allie Ostrander. So she's holding nothing back in this heat.
And get this, in an hour and a half, she's going to come back and run the 5,000.
Charlotte Prowse of New Mexico ended up finishing second. Her teammate Adva Cohen finishing fourth. So that's 12 points for New Mexico. Hannah Steelman split them in third. And Devin Clark of Arkansas picks up 2 unexpected points for the Razorbacks. Allie Ostrander, again, never lost a steeplechase event and runs her best time ever here in 98-degree heat.
Not only.
And she is downstairs with Laura.
Running your fastest ever, Allie. Were you able to get any reprieve there in the water jump from this brutal heat?
You know, not really, to be honest. I feel so hot right now, and not like the attractive way. I feel like I'm really low on the scale in that department.
You join elite company with 3 NCAA steeple titles. How special is it to take another one back to Boise?
It's so special. I mean, it's never been done before, and I feel like most of the stuff I've done in the NCAA is stuff that other people have done, and I'm just replicating it, but this one is all mine, and that feels really special.
Not to look too far ahead, how much is left in the tank for the 5K?
Well, nothing, but hopefully that'll get up a little bit over the next 75 minutes.
All right, we're going to let you get some water, let you get those legs up, Allie. Congratulations on 3 in a row.
Well, that was nice of her to just stop with that short distance between now and the 5,000 meters. She's never lost a race. We've been watching her since she was a freshman. Allie Ostrander, 3-time NCAA champion.